Duckboat Dispatch, episode number 29. Sarah's back. Josh is having some trouble with his laptop. Hopefully he joins in the middle. I never left. And the Patriots are 11-2. They've won 10 straight games in the bye week and have a chance to clinch their division after their bye week with the game against the Bills at the Gillette Stadium. It's been an incredible turnaround, but were they playing a little dirty last Sunday? I don't think so. The New York media does. We'll get into that. I'm sure Sara has a lot to say about that at some point in time. And the Boston Celtics have supposedly turned the corner. They beat the Knicks 2 months ago. Brown had 42 points in a big game where they almost blew it, but they held on. And if this keeps up, should they be buyers at the deadline with the weak Eastern Conference? Maybe get a higher playoff seed. Anything can happen in the playoff rounds. And the Bruins split back-to-back games with the Reds. They will come back and give Montgomery the TD Garden for the first time tonight since he was fired last season. And we're going to get to all your favorites throughout the pod today. We're going to sightsee in about 25 minutes, and we're going to bring back the tourist attraction this week because the Pats are on a bye. So we're going to get to that in about 45, and we'll end the show with our touchdown scorers of the week to try and win Sara that Louis bag come the holiday season. We're not doing very well at that, but It only takes one. It only takes one big week for us to get back in the saddle with that. But before we get to anything else, Sara, please set the tone for the show.
All I'm going to say, this is to my New York fans, as Abby Lee Miller would say, save your fucking tears for the pillow.
Who's Abby Lee Miller?
She was the dance teacher from Dance Moms. She was vicious, she was rude, and she was mean.
Really hit our demographic with that reference.
But basically, yeah, the hit on Dart in the first quarter, he was in. That was a legal hit. Maybe you should tell your quarterback to stop running so much and protect himself. That's on you, not us. We played good D. What are we supposed to do? Just because he's the quarterback, we let him run up the field? Fuck no. The person with the ball is going to get hit. Common knowledge. Now, Gunnar I can't say his name.
Gunnar Olszewski? No.
There's a Z in there.
Gunnar
Olszewski? Zewski?
I think it's Olszewski. I don't know. Gunnar, who used to be on the Patriots,
Gunnar,
that guy.
Used to be on
the
the
guy
Patriots.
who doesn't know what day of the week it is still.
Literally. He'll be joining Tua shortly with some brain contusions. No hate to him. I actually loved Gunnar when he was on our team. I thought
Poor bastard. He was here when we were terrible. He leaves and he just gets lit up.
I know. Well, welcome home. Welcome back.
I guess. That was a scary hit.
That was a scary hit.
But it wasn't headhunting. It was just he got hit, Ellis, and dropped his head, and Ellis just freak of nature hit. I don't think I've ever seen the helmet chip though. That was
scary.
Insane. So I hope he's okay, but that wasn't headhunting.
Yeah, that was all jokes. I do truly hope that he was okay.
Yeah, that's a scary hit.
Yeah, that was a scary hit. Like, the one thing about me, I talk a big game. I will talk shit about your favorite player and not feel bad about it and say, oh, I hope he, whatever. I will never wish an injury on another player.
Yeah, you don't want to see, it's a violent game, but you don't want to see anybody get hurt out there. It really reminded me that the second I saw it, I was like, oh, that just was like Wes Welker across the slot in 2010s.
Yes.
And he just would get lit up. That's what it reminded me of.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Even though it was a kickoff return.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just happy that we're back. I've been watching the Anne Michael May Bakemas.
Just the goat. She's the goat. She's
Love
the goat.
It. Might try a few recipes myself. I don't know. The sourdough's out of my reach, so don't ask for that. Don't ask for that. But yeah, I'm excited. It's Christmas time. Patriots are 11-2. Like, I'm happy.
It feels like the good old days where
it was.
And I'd say the only difference is typically it would be they'll have a rockier start under Brady Bill, and then you get November, December, and their nails, because this is when the games get real. Everything before Thanksgiving is fun time. Now it's okay. We're looking at playoff seeding, standings. Who do we need to win? Who do we need to lose? All of that fun stuff, because now we're in December. It gets real. The playoffs are closer as they ever been, and I know it's not a groundbreaking statement to say because we do the show once a week, so they get closer every single week. I know I'm not building a rocket ship with that statement there, but they're getting closer, and you start to eye more and more what the seeding looks like, how important the one seed is, how big of a deal will it be if they lose the one seed. They still have the game over Denver as of right now because they've played one more, but on the bye week, Denver can reclaim that, and they have the tiebreaker. I believe it goes in a conference record and then strength of schedule or something along those lines, or strength of victory.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how it falls around that with that, but ESPN stats does the math for you, so it just tells you who's the one seed. But they are back. It really is early 2000s, December. We're not looking at mock drafts. We're not looking at, okay, how do we get the first overall pick like we were last year? It is.
It's so nice.
I don't want to say championship or bust because this season has been a gift, but my expectations are really getting close to, okay, AFC Championship, Super
I'm gonna
Bowl,
be
why
honest.
not?
The second we beat the Bills, I was like, we're going to the Super Bowl.
And they have that was in the what was that the third the that was the second game of their win streak, and now they're 10 in a row, 10 in a
And
row win streak, longest win streak
6-0
Patriots
on the road.
history.
Yep.
6-0 on the road. They haven't lost an away game yet. Knock on wood. Longest win streak in Patriots history without Brady or Bill. They beat the Bill Parcells record on the 1996 team. So they're making history here without Brady and Bill, with May and Vrabel, and they are just the perfect pairing. It really is just the perfect pairing from the sounds of it, and that's all you need. As evident as it's been the last few years with the Texans, CJ Stroud, and their new head coach, whose name is escaping me right now. You have
We'll see the Texans.
the Texans. The name, it's not Lovie Smith. I know it's not Lovie Smith. I can picture him. I can't say his name. And then you have Jaden Daniels and the Commanders last year with Daniels and Dan Quinn, and now it's this year. It's Megan Vrabel. It really is
I
figuring out.
just pray to God it's not a one and done.
And like those definitely were one and dones, which is why you should have bought at the deadline. But that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. But it really just is getting the quarterback and the coach right can really just have a trickle down effect to the rest of your organization, which it has. The wide receivers are all better because of Drake May. The defense is better because Mike Vrabel.
Mhm.
And that was my favorite part of that game on Monday night. The defense, we talked about the big hit on Dart, but the defense overall was flying around that night. They were playing with an edge we have not seen the entire season, Sarah. And
My favorite play of the whole night. Yeah, seeing Jackson Dart fly like a ragdoll, that was great. The gunner hit, that made me nervous. I didn't like that very much. Was Gonzo. When he just walked up to the guy, shoved him down, and just stood and looked down on him.
yeah, they played with an edge.
Oh my God. I was like, where have you been all season?
And more importantly, they didn't allow a first touchdown drive score, which was awesome. I saw because I had a first touchdown score bet. It wasn't Marcus Jones, who is a weapon, best returner in the league.
Love him.
He's a weapon, offensively, defensively, special teams. He is a Swiss Army knife.
And off the field, he's a great person. I don't know if you saw this, but like in the name of like charity, which is later on in the show, I saw this on Facebook, so I don't know how true it is, but I'm choosing to believe it because I love it. He's opening a dog like sanctuary
shelter
thing. So he's buying 5 acres of land outside of Boston. So I'm assuming like Western Mass area. 5 acres, and he's gonna for abused and abandoned dogs. And he's gonna give them a place to live, 24/7 vet care, water park areas for them to play in. Training is available, and I'm assuming that you are able to adopt.
Yeah, so like a shelter, right?
Yeah, I like sanctuary because for me, a shelter is like a kill shelter. I don't love that word.
I'm not a dog person, so
I am through and through. But I love that. And I told my mom about it, and she goes, I'm working there. And I was like, I think it was like Patriots Paws Haven or something like that. But yeah, I love that he's doing that. And I'm choosing to believe that he's doing it.
A quick Google search.
Yeah, I should have looked into it more, but I love it.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that more because I'm not seeing anything, but I'm not going to say I'm on Facebook. Either way, though, he's an absolute weapon on the field. Versatile as all hell. And he's being used correctly this year, which he wasn't especially last year when they didn't know he could play offense, and years before he was a bad team. So Marcus Jones is fun to watch, but again, just not allowing a first touchdown score and playing with an edge, a tone, some sort of attitude was phenomenal. And obviously, it all started with the big hit on Dart and the New York media calling it headhunting, dirty. I don't agree with them whatsoever, but I give them a tiny bit of a break because if that was Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, that's a flag. They're throwing the flag, so they don't get the benefit of the QB pedigree to get the flag because Mahomes gets that call.
Ugh.
He gets the call if he's 3 feet further inbounds than Jackson Dart. And he shouldn't, and that's a completely different conversation. So I get where the New York media is mad. Their anger is misdirected because it should have been, well, why don't we get that call? And the answer is Jackson Dart's a rookie. You're 2 and whatever. You suck. You're not Patrick Mahomes, who is one of the biggest faces of the league.
I think what you're trying to say is that you don't get that call because you're the New York Giants.
Yeah, essentially what it is. If you were better, you would get the call. So that's where their anger is misplaced.
But the thing is that across the board, that's a clean hit. Even if that was Patrick Mahomes, even if it was Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, even Trevor Lawrence, like, as you all know, I ride or die for him. I would be fucking fuming if that was Trevor. But at the end of the day, that's a clean hit. He didn't drop his head. He was inbounds, and he hit him.
Yeah, he's...
Like, I'm sorry.
It's the way you watch film, too. Devin McCourty spoke about this on the Dan Patrick Show, where it's, you watch film, you know the guy doesn't go out of bounds. You know he's an aggressive runner. If he's not going to get down, you have every right to clean his clock. And that's what they did. And he got back up and was fine. And the guy going to push at Christian Ellis, whatever. You got to fight for your quarterback. It is what it is. I'm not Theo Johnson, I think is the guy's name, or whatever the hell it was, the tight end, 84. Whatever. Yeah. What do you freaking do?
Like, just because he's the quarterback, I'm supposed to let him run up the field and not touch him?
If that's Cam Scatterbo, no problem whatsoever.
No
problem. Scatterbo's probably enjoying it. Scatterbo's probably dropping his shoulder, actually.
I was literally just going to say, if it was Cam Scatterbo, he'd be like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Like, that was fun. Let's go.
Yeah,
like,
so.
It's part of the game. You know what you signed up for. You know what you're doing. Oh, my gosh.
He made it. Josh is back. Josh made it in. It's great to see your face, Josh. Hear your beautiful voice.
Got 1 minute.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello? Okay, this is the most you're gonna get from me. There's no fancy camera. I look like a pixel, I know.
It's all right. We got you in here, which is what matters. It's great to have you.
Where are we at?
We're not going to talk about the struggles you've had. We're going to get right into the Patriots. That's what we've been talking about.
Well, I mean, I can continue my rage if you want to talk about what I want to talk about.
If it's about your camera setup.
No, it's not about the camera setup. It's about the guy that got heavily disrespected.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
We're not at Chris Paul yet. No, we'll get to Chris Paul later.
We're talking and Dart flying like a rag doll.
Oh yeah, that's a perfectly legal hit.
Thank you.
Perfectly legal. It's more it's more coaching. Is Jackson Dart's going to learn to get out of bounds there?
Yeah.
And I don't blame Christian Ellis. And the big issue with me this year when it comes to like penalties or flags that the NFL needs to work on is making it clear when the quarterback's a runner or he's going out of bounds. Because there's too many times when you watch Patrick Mahomes and he is prancing around that sideline, and there's some times where he gets out and he gets the hit and he flops around the flag. And there's a few times where looks like he's going to go out of bounds, then he get the extra yard. He'll drop the shoulder on the defender who's not attacking it, who's not really like pursuing him.
You know,
so they got to figure that out around the boundary. That's something that bothers me as a fan, is when the quarterback abuses the rules and abuses the sideline in his favor to gain that extra yard. And especially on this play, Jackson Dart's going for the first down. The marker's a yard ahead of him. So clean hit. Shout out Christian Ellis, and love the violence, love the edge, love the attitude.
So I will say, I feel like there's an unspoken rule in especially like hockey and football. In hockey, you don't mess with the goalie. Everyone knows that. You don't touch the goalie or gloves are coming off and you're getting your face pounded in. And I feel like that also goes for the quarterback. You don't touch the quarterback. Last year, when Trevor got smoked by, what's his name, the guy on the Texans?
Will Anderson?
No, it wasn't Anderson. It was
Stingley?
Long last
Stingley.
No, it wasn't. It was a long last name. It wasn't I can picture him, but he got head to head, smoked, was unconscious for a little bit. And all I remember is I was freaking out because I had just got off the plane from Ireland.
Aziz Al-Shair.
Yes.
It's like a good player.
Freaking out. I called Xander and I was like, YouTube TV, YouTube TV, YouTube TV. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, Trevor hit hurt. Like, I couldn't talk. And so I'm standing in the middle of Boston Logan Airport having a conniption. But I just remember Trevor got smoked. And next thing I know, Evan Ingram is coming out of nowhere and he just laid him out. You don't touch the quarterback. So the reaction that the Giants sideline had, the tight end? That
Yeah,
got
80. I want to say Theo Johnson, but I don't get this. I don't think
It
that's
wasn't,
right.
no, it wasn't Theo.
I don't know who it was. But someone got all up in his face and like, you know what? Fair. Cool. But don't throw hands.
And pushing and shoving is whatever. You defend your quarterback. And quarterback's fair game. The quarterback is fair game.
Fair game.
To hit at all times. So to say you can't touch the quarterback.
Too.
I was gonna just disagree with not touching the quarterback. I was gonna say like the whole point of the D line and the edge rushers is to take out the quarterback depending on the play. So obviously they're gonna try their absolute hardest to lay him flat on the ground. I mean, I don't want to be that guy because I know if I got trucked by Christian Ellis, then I would be on the floor, bone shattered, probably crying my eyes out as a 22-year-old, 200-pound man. I'd probably be bawling my eyes out, crying for my mommy. But at the same time, it's like, you're a football player. Everyone's a football player. Don't be a bitch.
Yeah. Like, you know what you signed up for.
And that's what Jackson Dart said post-game. He literally said, this isn't soccer. We play football.
Which is why
what we enjoyed about football? Don't we like to watch the hard hits?
That's why I respect Jackson Dart, and that's why I heavily respected his answer off that. It's like, there should be no like favoritism depending on what position you play. Everyone's out there. Everyone has padding. Everyone has a helmet on. Some players have the guardian cap if they want a little extra protection. But in the end of the day, everyone is pretty much pushing, shoving, getting some kind of physicality. It should be expected. You're in the damn NFL. Again, don't be a bitch.
I feel like
when you get hit.
Yeah. And I will say, going into the game even, I like Jackson Dart. I think he is a talented player. I don't think he played very well on
Monday.
Oh no, he played like garbage.
I don't think he played very well.
Nothing around him though.
Exactly. He doesn't have neighbors. He doesn't have Scatterbill. But I do have a lot of respect for him for what he did say. Like, he was like, hey, I got hit. I made that choice, and that's what happened. But I feel like football for dummies is defense. Their goal is don't let the first down happen and sack the quarterback. And if you see a ball, jump on it. Like, that's literally football for dummies. And so, you know the sport that you're getting into. You know the sport is violent. You know it. You could have life-altering injuries, and that's why we love it. And that's why my children will be playing the sport. If they end up in a wheelchair, they end up in a wheelchair.
That's a bold way to put it. But yeah, it was a good win. I think the team itself, they gained the win. But it's the Giants. You're not going to parade around the big win. You just want to me, take the bye week, get healthy, rest up, get the Bills coming out. Just bring that same defensive energy that you had. Bring that to the Bills game and keep that going forward for the rest of the season because it was electric to watch them fly around up there. The only thing the Pats gained, and I wouldn't say it's a team thing, Drake May is back in the MVP race. He's the MVP frontrunner because Stafford had a bad game, and Drake May threw for 282 on efficient stats and a couple touchdowns, and he would have gotten his first 300-yard game if that last pass was completed to Hunter Henry. But even then, I don't really care about that at the end of the day because most of these games in the fourth quarter, they just ran the ball out anyway. So I'm sure the 300-yard game will come in its time. But Drake May he's the MVP favorite. Year 2. Couple games left, and he's got an easy schedule. He's got 2 legit games where he can really cement his MVP case with a big win over the Bills and a big win over Baltimore, and then just clean up the games against Miami, the Jets, and who else do they have? Is that it? I think that's who they have left.
What, the Ravens?
Yeah, it's the Ravens. It's the Bills, Ravens, Jets, and Dolphins. Those are your last 4 games of the season, not in that order. He could legitimately win the MVP in his second year. And I know it's a crazy thing to say with 4 weeks left and he's the MVP frontrunner. But it's just, I mean, Patrick Mahomes did it in his second year. It puts him in a elite category.
Patrick Mahomes is like gum on the bottom of my shoe on a hot day.
Where?
You can't get rid of him.
He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's in that conversation. He's not Tom Brady.
You can't
Tom
deny
Brady's the
that.
GOAT. He's up there with the Peyton Mannings. I'd take him over Aaron Rodgers. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. He's a 2-time MVP. He's never missed the playoffs in his career.
He's love Sarah's face right now.
Championship game, I think, every single year of his career. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He's uber talented. He's a magician with the football. He's electric to watch play. You can't deny the talent in Patrick Mahomes. He's not Tom Brady, but he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Sarah, I think you just had the greatest reaction ever to that.
No.
I loved watching your faces just like change when Tom was just going on that.
He is.
I've always been told I have great facial reactions. No. I don't care. The reason he's what he is the reason he's Patrick Mahomes is because he has had help along the way. Roger Goodell loves him. Roger Goodell loves him so much his head is up his ass to the point where he can see out his eyes. Okay? So he has Roger Goodell in his corner. We had Roger Goodell fucking hating us. And now he's going to start hating us again. Because, sorry, but we're back. We're winning. We're 11-2. Fuck it. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. I totally just jinxed it. Shit.
You can't look at Patrick. He is statistically, and he's had great help around. He's had great talent around him. He had prime Travis Kelce. He had Tyreek Hill in his prime. He has the offensive benefit of Andy Reid, and he's having a down year. But as much as you can dislike the guy, he is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Patrick Mahomes is having a down year. No, he's playing the way he actually plays this year, and you two are all so fucking blinded by, oh my god, he's so great, I love this man, he's the future GOAT, he's gonna be the next Tom Brady, blah 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 blah. Ugh.
I mean, when you have 3 Super Bowls on your resume, it's kind of hard to ignore that he
how we got there.
It beat last year
he hasn't missed an AFC championship.
Okay.
He's got 1 year below 4,000 passing yards in the regular season. He'll probably miss it again this year on a down year. He's got 2 years of over 40 touchdowns.
That's all.
Doesn't turn the ball over a ton. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all. Super Bowl. You can't deny a Super Bowl. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time, sir.
I would not ever compare him, and I wouldn't put him in the same room or table as Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, none of those guys.
Well, it goes Tom Brady, and then the next tier, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes. He's on that tier. He's on that second tier of quarterbacks. He is.
So I would say maybe top 20.
He's way above. He's
maybe
floating
top
around
5.
19.
What I'm gonna do next week is I'm gonna come in with a bunch of random all-time quarterback stats.
And what do you take Bart Starr and Johnny Unitas over him all time? Those guys barely play when the forward pass was invented. Exactly. Joe Theismann, you taking Joe Theismann over Patty Mahomes? Joe Theismann was the quarterback during the Redskins when they won in the 70s.
You mean the Commanders?
Well, they were the Redskins then, not the Commanders. It's not politically incorrect to call them the Redskins because that's what they were back then.
That's fair. The guy, didn't the guy who the Redskins logo is based off of, didn't he come forward and say that he wanted them to use that logo again?
It was his aunt's. I think it's his descendants, his daughter or something.
No, I thought actually him.
I don't think he's alive.
I think he is.
I can't say I know the most about that. I don't follow that. That's more of a Facebook. That's a Facebook story. I'm not on Facebook. That's what you read on Facebook.
I get bored. I just browse on Facebook. You little tweens go on TikTok. I use Facebook.
I'm a Twitter guy through and through. That's where I get all my sports news. But let's move on. We can talk about. Well, next week we'll come with 20 quarterbacks for Sarah and see if she knows who they are.
I was going to say, I'm going to come in next week with 5 all-time quarterback stats. But I'm not going to say who's who. They're all going to be mystery quarterbacks. And Sarah's going to give us the top 4. And then one of them will be Patrick Mahomes. I'll say that right now. One of them will be Patrick Mahomes. The other 4 I'll just pick at random. It might be like Dan Marino and Drew Brees.
I wouldn't take either of those guys over Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and so we'll just see if Sarah picks Patrick Mahomes and where she places him on that list.
I'm just not gonna pick him. But also,
you're not gonna know which one he is. I'm just gonna do like the all-time passing yards, the QBR.
Stop talking about him. He makes my brain hurt. Also, side note, I chased Drew Brees to Macy's once.
Drew Brees was a great quarterback. He got so unlucky, but he's not as good as Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes will go better. Mahomes has 3 times the Super Bowls as Drew Brees already.
You know what? I don't give a fuck.
Just giving you the stats, Sarah. Let's move on.
Drew Brees was twice the man that Patrick Mahomes will ever be.
Drew Brees he got very unlucky in his career. I'll give you that. Josh, let's move on. We haven't done this in a while, but let's get to our predictions for the week. I don't know what the score is. I know we can miss the Thanksgiving games. I said I was going to put on the doc. I didn't do that.
We're a little bit in a mess right now because of Thanksgiving games, but I will calculate.
I can tell you Sarah's not winning.
What the hell?
Sarah, you missed the first 3 weeks. You're statistically not going to catch up.
And Sarah, half of your guesses are I don't care.
So Sarah's
literally
not winning.
on the last. I'm looking back at week 11. I'm looking back at week 11 because I'm just scrolling through them. It literally says 49ers at Cardinals. Sarah, Jacoby Brissett, fuck Mac Jones. That was your answer. And a week before that,
Clearly,
where is it?
Didn't he set like a passing record that game too?
You guys need to take a lesson in Sarah.
And then
Cardinals.
And then ready?
That one.
The week before that, week 10, Cardinals at Cowboys. Sarah, Louis Vuitton bag.
What?
Yeah. So Sarah's not going to catch up to Josh, right? Josh, what do we even have like the right numbers or whatnot? I'm not keeping. I mean, I know I write them down for you when you're not here.
I can calculate them. I will get the scores by next week.
All right, awesome. What is the Thursday night football game tonight?
Thursday night. I guess I'm not needed.
Cowboys Lions is what you said, Sarah.
Is that right?
I have no. I mean, I don't.
I think
Josh, I'm back.
If there's any else watching, they're both single. There you go.
Did you say I'm single?
Yeah, you both are.
What does that have to do with the Cowboys and the Lions?
I'm trying to say any girls out there hey, they're single, hit them up. I'm trying to be a good friend. Just say thank you. It's Cowboys.
Cowboys Lions is correct tonight.
Hang on. The Cowboys go to Detroit.
All right. So Detroit's been stumbling. They need this one both teams need this one. I have to pay my credit card. Great. The email just came in. Great.
What?
Both the email just popped up on my phone.
I thought you said the emus came in. I was
I don't know what that is.
An emu, like the big bird.
Bird, it pecks at you.
It's like a small ostrich.
No,
sure.
I thought it was bigger.
Cowboys Lions tonight. Both teams need this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. I'm gonna go with the Lions. Yes, Sarah.
I want the Cowboys.
Sarah's taking the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Lions.
All right. What's the next game, Josh?
The greatest game of all time that we are going to witness this week. The Titans go to Cleveland.
Gross. Who's starting for quarterback for the Browns? Do we know?
Probably
Is it Gabriel or Sanders?
Probably Shador. If I take a guess.
He won his first rookie game.
Yo, give me the Browns.
Last week. Yeah, give me the Browns. Their defense is going to give Cam Ward problems.
I took their defense this week, so gimme.
All right.
The Seahawks at the Falcons.
Seahawks. Fun fact, Seahawks are ahead of the Patriots in Super Bowl odds.
Whoa.
What?
Sportsbook have Seahawks over the Patriots in Super Bowl odds. Patriots are 6th as of yesterday when I last checked.
You know what? Your sportsbook can suck my...
I'm just telling you what Vegas has. I'm just referring. It's Rams, Seahawks, Eagles, Bills. Rams are one of the best teams in the NFL. Rams are number one. Bills and somebody else. I can't remember who the fifth team is, but they were 6th.
Is it Detroit?
No, I don't think it was Detroit.
Is it Houston?
No, I'd have to go look.
Bills? Do you say Bills?
The Bills were a 5. And Pats were 6.
Bucks? Is it the Bucks?
No, not the Bucks. Keep going. I'll go look it up real quick.
Chargers? No, they suck.
Is it the Colts?
Might be the Colts. It could be the Colts.
Speaking of the Colts go to Jacksonville.
Trevor.
Yeah, with what's his face injured. Yeah.
Who?
Daniel Jones is like a broken leg he's playing on.
I thought he broke his wrist. Oh no, that's Aaron Rodgers. Never mind.
I'm gonna take the Colts just because they still have JT.
Trevor.
The Commanders.
So it's pause. So the Super Bowl odds as of today, which is December 4th, Rams are favored, Seahawks are second, Packers are third, Bills are fourth, Eagles are tied with Patriots at 5.
Oh, we went up.
Yeah.
No,
And
some
then
good
the Broncos
odds.
and Colts and Chiefs are right behind them.
That's some good odds for the Patriots.
Hey, we're ahead of the Chiefs. That's all I can ask.
10 would pay out 1,000.
Tom, if I were you,
No, 10 would pay out 100. 10 would pay out 100.
Tom, if I were you, I'd put money on that, on the Patriots winning the Super Bowl.
If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna put it exact where I'm gonna do Rams and Patriots Super Bowl.
Okay.
Tom is not
but in that case, dude, give me the Seahawks and the Patriots, dude.
No, because I think it would be so cool if the Patriots and Rams meet in the Super Bowl, Patriots win, and the way the first dynasty started was the Patriots over the Rams, and the way the Pats' first dynasty ended was Patriots over the Rams. So I think it would just be so poetic. Like, time is a flat circle if the Patriots beat the Rams to, like, kickstart their next dynasty.
And
it'd be so poetic.
Drake May and Matt Stafford are the two front runners for the MVP.
The MVP, yeah.
Bro, that'd be crazy.
It would just be poetic.
It really would be.
Anyway.
That was the worst Super Bowl, though, in 2019 against the Rams.
Yeah, objectively. In the moment, and I think we've had this conversation before, because in the moment, you're on your I think I've said this before on the show. Mm-hmm. It was very much like the Panthers Super Bowl, where the Patriots beat the Panthers in their second Super Bowl, where it was both teams are kind of offensively stagnant. One team scored, then the offense opened up. And I figured that's how that game was going to go. One team was going to score, and the floodgates were going to open, and it was going to be who has the ball last. But then the Patriots score, and the Rams do nothing, and they just kick a couple field goals, and that's the game. In the moment, I thought it was going to be a great game, where it was going to come down to the fourth quarter. It was going to be a shootout, but it just never got there.
Josh wants to talk.
Josh has the next game.
Commanders in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Commanders. I can't stand JJ McCarthy.
You mean 9?
He's such a loser.
Yeah, that's stupid.
He's in a locker with that stupid video where he's like, yeah. I'm like, you're a loser, buddy. I hate him.
Frat boy.
No, Jackson Dart's a frat boy.
Who?
Jackson Dart is a frat boy.
Jackson Dart's so tough with the one eye black. That's easy. All right, what's the next game, Josh?
The Bengals. Say it with me, Tom. The Bengals.
Over the Bills. Buffalo! Give me the Bengals. We low-key want the Bengals to win this game, too, for standings.
Yeah, but give me the Bills.
Start telling me if you're going to start doing that shit.
I'm taking the Bengals. You got the Bills. Who do you got, Sarah?
Joe Burrow.
Damn it.
Yeah, Who did they play last week? Because they
sucked.
No, they killed
they
them.
played well. I know.
Low-key kind of afraid of the Bengals a little bit, but I don't think they'll get in the playoffs. They have to win out.
No, they won't. They played the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens are struggling. I kind of want them if we don't get the
14.
Yeah, they bent him over a barrel with no Vaseline.
Okay.
You heard me. What's the next game, Josh? That's not the first time I've said that on the show.
I was just trying to figure it out in my head.
Yeah.
The Saints go to Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
And Bucks.
No one believes in Tyler Shaw.
Nope.
Good, because neither did
exactly, Sarah. I bet you Sarah would take him over Patrick Mahomes, though.
Probably.
Once I hate you, I hate you.
But, like, if you take away your hate and just look at it objectively. Okay.
Tom, we can say that about you and all of the players that you bet on. You hate a player when they lose you a bet. You're like, this guy sucks. He's ugly. His kids are ugly. He has a fat toe.
But, like, I don't like JJ McCarthy. And if he becomes good, I'll be like, all right, he's a good ball player now. But I don't like...
Don't even get me going on his kids' names.
I don't know what his kids' names are. But move on, Josh. What's the next game?
Sterling and Golden.
Okay, I thought it would be tough if they went like, yes, we've had this conversation.
Don't forget Bronze, bro. Don't forget Bronze.
Born second.
It would have been so tough if they went like Golden, Silver, and Bronze, though, as their kids' names. I don't think it's their real names. They just give like fake names to the media.
They're totally fake names.
I've said this before. Imagine being a kid named
Yes.
Bronze and your sibling is named Golden. You don't even get the privilege of being named Silver. You're just immediately demoted to Bronze.
Immediately third place.
I'm sorry. I'd walk at. I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck. I mean, both. Ugh. I will say, though, I would take Patrick Mahomes over Brittany Mahomes. Hate that bitch.
Fair enough. Josh, what's the next game on the schedule?
The Steelers go to the Ravens.
Ravens.
This is tough because, like, they're both falling. And I
Aaron,
don't know which team's going to win.
I think the Ravens are on the rise, so give me the Ravens.
See, I don't know. Lamar Jackson's injured, which is what scares me. But it's still Aaron Rodgers needs to retire. Give me Lamar.
Seriously.
Aaron Rodgers and his fake wife. I'm going to say that every single time we talk about the Steelers. He has a fake wife. She doesn't exist.
You don't know that.
It's like my girlfriend. She just goes to a different school.
Tom, your girlfriend is imaginary and you still fumble her.
She just goes to a different school, bro. She's out of state. She goes to school out of state. You guys want to know her. What's the next game, Josh?
The Dolphins go to MetLife Stadium to play the Jets.
Give me the Dolphins.
Yo, give me the Jets. I'm taking the Jets.
Didn't they beat the Falcons last week with Tyrod Taylor?
I think this, yeah.
They beat them by 3, I think, on a last-second field goal. Give me the Dolphins.
I don't care.
There we go. Knew that one was coming right there. What's the next one, Josh?
The Broncos go to the Raiders. Go to Vegas, baby.
It's going to be belt to ass. Give us to the Broncos, and Sean Payton can be in the bar the night before playing poker.
I don't think it'll be
he'll still
belt
beat
to
them.
ass, but yeah, give me the Broncos. Are we going to get a double I don't care? Are we going to double down in Vegas on the I don't care?
I'm going to go Raiders.
All right. Brock Bowers had a nasty catch last week, though.
I just don't want them to win. Max Crosby? That guy's nasty.
Yeah, he's wasting away. It would be huge if the Raiders could win to help the Pats secure the 1 seed, but I think the Broncos will win this week.
Not gonna lie, he's kind of...
Josh, what's the next game?
The Rams go to Zona, Arizona.
Rams get their get back after losing to the Panthers last week.
Wait.
Panthers are a good team, bro.
Panthers could sneaky win that division.
Dude, they're 6-6.
And if they lose, you know what they'll be, Josh? 6-7.
I had a child today look at me. Keep in mind, I can't. And it just looked at me and goes, 6-7. I was like, shut up. That is never.
You can't just say 6-7 though. It's gotta be 6-7.
8-9.
I work with preschoolers. Okay.
That was the other one, right?
74.
It's
right. Give me the Rams. Let's move on.
Sarah, what'd you say?
For what?
The Rams and the Cardinals.
Literally do not care.
Yep. Give her a 6-7 on that one, bro.
No. Say that.
I already did. Okay. The Bears go to Green Bay.
The Bears are winning the NFC right now.
Dude,
it's insane. They're the number 1 seed in the NFC.
People are saying that it's 2025 is 1985, so we're going to be playing the Bears.
Maybe. I'm taking the Packers over the Bears. I think they figured it out.
I'll take the Packers.
I'm going to take... Who'd you take, Tom?
I took the Packers.
I'll take the Bears.
And again, Sarah and I were talking about this before you got here, Josh. It's just another example of a franchise. They have their coach in Ben Johnson, and it looks like they have their quarterback in Caleb Williams. And that can just trickle down to the rest of the team.
Caleb Williams scares me.
The Texans go to Kansas City.
All right. It's a massive game. We need the Texans to win.
Fair. Actually, just say fuck Mahomes. Fuck Mahomes. I don't care.
You got it. I'm also going to take the Texans. I kind of like the Texans lately, man.
Texans defense is legit. They get CJ Stroud back this week.
Do you have the odds on standby? What are the odds on that game? I'm actually kind of interested.
I will get it for you for when we, get to sightseeing.
Okay. And then...
It's a Sunday night game, right?
Your arch nemesis, 2 Monday night games.
No.
I'm messing with you. It's just one.
Oh, thank God.
I just wanted to throw that at you. The Eagles go to Los Angeles to play against Justin Herbert and Madison Beer.
So I'm taking the Eagles because Herbert, he's gonna play, I think, but I broke his non-throwing hand in the last game, so I'm gonna go with Justin Hurts and the Eagles?
I want the Chargers.
The Eagles just lost Thanksgiving, bro. Right? No, they didn't. No, they didn't play on Thanksgiving. I meant, who they lose to? They lost to the Cowboys the week prior.
Yeah.
I'll give them this game. I'll give
Yeah.
this to the Eagles.
It's the time of the year where the Eagles figure it out.
Yeah, as much as I want to give it to my boy, feed me Lad McConkey,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can't.
And a Chargers win would be also big for the Patriots because it keeps they keep their lead in front of the Chiefs in the playoff standings. Which it's just such a pleasure. Like, I don't like numbers, but the fact that we're looking at the standings and being like, ooh, we need this team, it's just so great to be back. Like, it just makes other games this time of year so much more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it makes watching football on Sunday better.
You just have you're not just you have another dog in the fight. Like, you can root for this team and be like, okay, this will help out my team. Is that it for the predictions this week, Josh?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
all right.
it?
Get to sightseeing. There we go.
I went shopping.
Oh, don't worry. We saw the Black Friday haul on your private Snapchat story. The 25-minute video.
25 minutes. It was a minute, and it was 3.5 minutes.
It felt like 25. I just tapped through it.
POV, you're Tom going through Sarah's private story.
Why won't this work? It's making me watch. She's paying for Snapchat Premium to make me watch your content.
Ew, I would never pay for Snapchat. At least you just had to watch the video and you didn't have to be Xander, who went to the mall with me.
Yeah, God bless that guy.
And he went to Grantham Outlets with me on Black Friday.
God bless. I would have a fit. I'd have a panic attack. But Sarah, since we're talking about you and we pretty much know where you're going to go with this, what game do you want to stop and see this week, Sarah? Trevor. Awesome. What game do we not want to see this week, Sarah? I don't care. Perfect. Josh, what game do you want to stop and see this week?
Man, because my homeboy, Mr. Travion Henderson, he ain't playing this week.
Oh.
He ain't playing this week. And it breaks my heart. Dog, low-key. For the first time. Actually, wait, no, never mind. Not for the first time. Never mind. Scratch that. Dog, I want to go with Detroit tonight, man.
Cowboys. Said no one ever.
Said no one ever. No, send me to Detroit for tonight for Cowboys at Lions. The Cowboys are kind of on like a little bit of a heater right now. And so you might see Dak, sling some shots to George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson. I low-key completely forgot how good their offense actually is on paper, aside from the running back, but let's ignore it.
Why is Travion Henderson's jersey $140?
Because
all jerseys are $140.
That's his worth.
Stupid.
That's his worth.
This economy, Sarah. I don't know what to tell you. Inflation.
I'm just a girl who wants a Patriots jersey. Even though I have 6.
Christmas.
Well, if you get one more, you won't have 6. You know how many you'll have? 7. You can do it for everything. It comes up all the time. Josh, again, we're at the time of the year where so many more games mean just a little bit more because of the playoff standings. And this is one of them. This is one of those games where the Cowboys need to win to keep their playoff hopes alive, and Detroit needs to win to keep their playoff dreams alive. Neither team wants to be 7-6. Didn't get it there.
7-6.
Yeah. I thought about it. I was like, we're just one game off. None reverse order. So it is important. It is important for both teams that they get this win. So I don't disagree with you, Josh. Since we did it both with Sarah immediately, what game do you not want to stop and see this weekend?
Dude, I'm driving my car literally through MetLife Stadium so I don't have to see the Dolphins and the Jets.
So I picked the exact same game, Josh. The exact same
game. Dude,
it's just...
it was between that and the Titans and the Browns, but then I'm like, low-key, I'd rather see Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward kind of duke it out together since they're both rookie quarterbacks and they kind of have beef with each other. I would rather see that. Even if it's a stinker of a game, I would rather see that than Tua versus Justin Fields at MetLife Stadium.
Wait, why do they have beef?
They were just like they were
supposed to be like the 1 and 2 picks, but they weren't. Same rookie class. They don't have like real beef.
They don't have real beef, but it was kind of like they were supposed to be. Yeah, they were supposed to be the top 2 picks, and they were like, I'm the better one. No, I'm the better one. No, I'm going to prove to you I'm the better one.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders really proved to us that he was the better pick in the 5th round.
Yeah, so now it's just kind of that little story.
But yeah, I completely agree with you, Josh. Completely agree with you. because I had the exact same thought process when I looked at the schedule this week, where it was Titans, Browns on paper, probably the worst game with the two teams with the worst two records. But not only is it okay, maybe we get to see Shadur and Cam Ward go back to back, and that's always fun. And Shadur, as fifth round draft pick as he is, he has a little allure around him because his name it brings something else to the game that you want to watch, whether you like it or dislike it. It's just kind of how it is.
Does it
But
though?
also, both teams are kind of playing for the number one overall pick here, which is just as much fun to watch, a good old tank bowl. So that's why you get that game in there. But with the Dolphins and the Jets, neither team has a young, exciting quarterback that you want to go and watch. There's not really a name on the team that you're like, ooh, this guy brings me some sort of allure that you want to watch him play. Maybe Devon A-Chain because he is just so fast out there. Besides that, there's nothing else going with this game. This is a divisional game, which are usually either really ugly or really good, and I feel like it's going to be really ugly, and both teams are playing for nothing at this point. Neither team will make the playoffs, and neither team is bad enough to be the number one overall pick. So this is just every team's got to play 17 games. This is one of the 17 games these teams have to play. That's what this game looks like at this point. So there's also a game I will not be stopping to see, Josh. We can drive past them together in the car. But I will be stopping to see the Texans-Chiefs game on Sunday Night Football. Because like I said last week and the week before that, I am praying to sweet Lord baby Jesus that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs miss the playoffs. Because if the Pats don't get the 1 seed, they'll be the 2 seed. And if they are the 2 seed and the Chiefs get in the playoffs, they will be the 7 seed. Which means first round, super wildcard weekend, Patriots host the Chiefs at Gillette Stadium. And I don't care how bad you think the Chiefs are this year, how much you hate Patrick Mahomes and thinks he's a fraud. Come the end of the game, 1-score game, Mahomes has the ball. I'm scared. I'm going to be clenching my butt cheeks.
And you know what? I have a friend who has season tickets, and I'll make him bring me to the game, and I'll take care of Mahomes for you.
All right, so Sarah just put a death threat out on.
Is that a threat?
Sounds like a threat.
What do you mean, take care of him?
She's gonna sneak her Glock in her bag, bro. No problem.
I don't think we can.
I was gonna say something else, but I stopped myself way before. Way before.
Kill someone, okay? Unless you touch my dog, then I will kill you. Just like Tanya Harding.
That's a scam, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they slice open her Achilles?
No, she hired someone to bash in her knees with a baseball bat.
All right, so we're going all mafia with the lead pipe. Again, anything that Sarah Pedefley says does not reflect on the other two hosts of the show.
I put another disclaimer on the thumbnail.
Huh?
I put another disclaimer on the thumbnail now.
Another disclaimer on the thumbnail.
Dang, I'm joking. I would be banned from Gillette Stadium for the rest of my life. I would not be okay with that.
Yeah. But getting back to the football aspect of it.
Sorry.
Not only is it big for the Texans to win this game for the Patriots to make the Chiefs' life a little bit harder to make it to the playoffs. This is going to be a good game. Not a divisional matchup, but you get CJ Stroud, Patrick Mahomes. It's a good quarterback matchup. Both defenses have talent on both sides of the ball. Chris Jones, Will Anderson, Derek Stingley. It should be a fun game to watch as well. So that's why I picked that as my game I want to see. So moving on now, bringing back what we had going on in the summer, because we have extra time to fill this week with the Patriots not playing. We don't have a game to preview. We're going to be bringing back the tourist attraction. Sarah wants to go first, she just said, so we'll start with Sarah. But for those who are uninitiated, who are not familiar,
okay,
we take a little tour around the sports world. We find the thing that attracts our eyes the most from a story outside the Boston sports world. So Sarah, you're up. What do you want to talk about today in the tourist attraction?
So mine isn't exactly outside of the Boston sports world, but it has to do with all of the NFL. Right now is my cleats, my cause. And I love that. So today, we're going to talk about charities that we like. Some people, Tom, is going to piggyback off of other people, my people. So Tom, Josh, don't even think about it. But I actually have a charity that I really like, and it's called Canines for Warriors, I think. I think that's what it is. I always forget the name of it. Where did it go? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Canines for Warriors. So basically what it is it's a charity that helps war veterans get paired up with a service animal or just a four-legged friend. And it helps them with their life because most veterans have to deal with PTSD, which I don't wish on anyone. And they just don't have a ton of support when they get back. They've seen things that no one should ever see, and they've had to deal with things that is just truly hard on people. So having an animal with you, whether it's a dog or a cat or a pig, I don't know, is nice. So this charity helps veterans.
Pig.
Pigs
Support
are
pig.
very smart. Pigs are very smart. And they
Pigs are
taste
very tasty.
Yeah, I just said that. I said, and they taste good.
Yeah.
I love
Unlike
bacon.
turkey, which is a dumb, stupid, ugly, disgusting,
Whoa,
smelly,
whoa,
bad
whoa,
tasting
whoa, whoa,
bird.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Turkey
whoa,
sucks.
whoa. I need to stop you right there. Have you seen the macros on a turkey?
Shut up, bro. We're not talking about gym macros getting big.
Let me
now.
tell
Turkey
you
sucks.
about
Turkey sucks.
let me tell you about the amount of protein you
No one
can
gives a
get.
I want to talk about my charity. Thank
Bush
you.
always finds a way to bring it back to protein.
Literally.
Bro,
Well, he's
you're
trying to help you. You can't live off of dino nuggets for the rest of your life.
Putting on pounds and my pants fit. I'm in a healthy spot.
Sure.
I am. I have no pants in my closet. I was telling you this before the show.
stand up right now. Stand up. Prove it. Prove it.
No, I'm not
Prove it. Stand up. I want to see it.
Guys.
Back
So
to Sarah's charity.
my charity, it helps veterans connect with a service animal to help them. And now, Tom, you get to tell us what charity you pick.
So I didn't necessarily pick an actual charity, but I wanted to shout out because we're talking with the cleats, and I love to look at the cleats just because they look cool. Mike Vrabel's shoes on Monday Night Football were fire. He had the Movember. They had a little mustache on there to match the mustache he was rocking, which he has now shaved off, sadly. I think he should have kept it, whatever.
What if the mustache was the reason we were winning?
Well, it was only in November, so it's only 5 games, so
I'm good.
you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
But Movember, men's mental health, specifically, he wanted to do his for the defensive coordinator, his friend, Terrell Williams, who, as we all know, is
Right.
battling prostate cancer. So that's what his shoes were for. So I want to shout out that. Sarah turned her camera off so she can cry. So shout out Coach Vrabel. It's also just a microcosm for how close this team has gotten. They really are, one for all for one type of vibe. So shout out Mike Vrabel, his shoes. Not only did they look cool, they have really nice meaning behind it. And shout out Coach Williams. Hope he's back, healthy, kicks cancer's ass. Cancer sucks. We all know someone that's affected by cancer. So shout out Coach Vrabel and his cleats because they were fire, but they also were meaningful. I don't know where Sarah went, so I'm assuming Josh is going to go.
Josh, it's your turn.
Okay, I actually have a charity.
Yay!
So this charity that I found is called Christmas in the City, and it's like a Boston. It's like a Boston exclusive one, or at least as far as I know.
Okay.
Essentially, what it does is it kind of brings the Christmas spirit or the Christmas magic to families and households who may be dealing with either homelessness or poverty or kind of like house commitment that can't really afford to really bring what the true spirit of Christmas and other holidays are like, especially for like the children, because spoiler alert if children are watching this,
Turn off your swipe.
Don't say that. You can't say that.
You can't say it.
It's a law. You can't say that.
I'm just saying.
Christmas
I'm just saying.
is financially hard.
A lot of the Christmas spirit that when to kids, Christmas and the holidays is waking up, snow, presents, joy, all that. What they don't see at a very young age is the hours that are put into it, the financial numbers that are put into it, and some parents out there, guardians, will work long hours, overtime hours, two jobs, extra shifts, just to ensure that their child that they love so much gets their favorite present on Christmas morning or the holiday that they celebrate. But again, that can be pretty hard, and sometimes not every single family has the opportunity to do that, depending on their situation. So this charity ultimately brings like that holiday spirit into those households, so that the parents can afford to allow their child to wake up, be like, "Yo, mom, Santa came. Let's open these presents and can have a very joyful day. And they can see that smile on their kid's face because as a recent college student, I now know what it's like to work 2 jobs. And I can tell you this, it's a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, try working 3.
Fun.
So
So
fun.
shout out you parents.
You guys rock. Also, just kind of piggybacking off of what Josh said, you can, if you are financially able to, you can go to your local Walmart, Target, a few other stores do it, but the angel trees are a very big thing that unfortunately I can't afford to do this year and I hate it. But it's similar, it's kids in foster care or are in the system or just again families in need. They have their kids fill out like a little slip. And please, if you're gonna do it as if it's your own child. Don't go for things that are super, super cheap. If there's like a big ticket item on there and you can swing it, please swing it and get them that because these kids don't have what every other kid has. So to have one day for them that's going to be special and magical, try to do it. That's all I want to say.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, so if you can be generous, help somebody out, now's the best time when they're going to do that. It is going to be a tough thing to piggyback off of a transition to, but I know Josh and I have 2 other sports stories we do want to bring to the table today.
I was going to wear my Santa hat to this episode, but I couldn't find it.
We got a few more weeks to find it.
You can wear it next week.
So Josh, what do you want to, I know you teased it, but I'm assuming you want to talk about Chris Paul today. We doing a moment of silence for Chris Paul?
The hat has to come off for this. The hat had to come off for this moment. Never mind, my hair looks terrible. Hang on.
Oh my god, it's gonna take so much time.
The hat's back on. Okay.
I'll be on my.
I was gonna take my my hat off as a respect, but my hair looks terrible. Chris Paul is known as one of the greatest point guards of all time. One of the greatest passers, greatest two-way point guards. He was a leader in steals. One of the best on-ball perimeter defenders. One of the greatest floor generals of all time. Shut up.
I don't know if I saw him a great defender.
Yes. Oh, different conversation for another day.
He's a serviceable. I wouldn't be like, oh, he's an all-time great defender. He's not a Gary Payton. He's not a Michael Jordan. He's not in that category. But go on.
Different conversation. But Chris Paul recently came out saying that after many years of service, I forget the actual number. Many years of service, he has finally come to the decision that he is going to retire after this season from the NBA for good. And if you know Chris Paul probably is notoriously known for playing on the Los Angeles Clippers, where he played alongside with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, making one of the most iconic trios in NBA history, also known as Lob City. It speaks for itself. Chris Paul was just throwing lobs to the 2 of those guys, left, right, and center. And so Chris Paul, this offseason, decides to come play for the Clippers one last time for kind of like a retirement tour. You could make an argument that Chris Paul is the best Clipper of all time. No, again, another conversation for another day if you really want to. But he is one of the best Clippers of all time. Tried his hardest to really bring as much as he could to that team. He did a serviceable amount to that team. The city of Los Angeles, Clippers side, owes him so much for what they did to that city, considering the Clippers don't really have much going for them. You want to know what happens yesterday? Tell them what happens yesterday. Tell them what happened.
They released him.
They released Chris Paul.
It is on his. It's so.
Mad.
When I immediately saw it, I thought, okay, the Clippers realized they're not going anywhere this year. They want to release Chris Paul, give him a chance to go elsewhere and compete for a championship ring in his last year. That's what I initially thought when I saw it. But then you see the statement that comes out from, I want to say the GM. And it was, no, we're not performing the way we want to. We're not blaming Chris Paul. But Chris Paul had differences of opinion, I want to say, is what they said about how the team should be running as the point guard, a vet. Didn't really like how things were going. So just kind of kicking him on the way out. He's retiring, and they cut him. Now, if it was kind of a mutual parting of ways so he could go compete for a championship team, I get that. But to release him and kind of kick him on the way out, it's just not how you treat somebody who's spent I don't know if he spent a decade there, but he spent a good amount of his career there. Probably, as you said, most known for being a Clipper.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's like when you have a player like that who spent so many years in your city, brought your team to relevancy, let's just say that, because let's admit the Clippers are not really a relevant team. And that they're mainly known for Lob City. That's their thing almost.
And just choking away chances to win.
And then you literally cut your most respectful player, the player that gave it his all, and is one of the greatest NBA players of all time, in my opinion. Like I get it. It may not have been the best situation, financially, like roster wise. I get it, but when you have a player like that, like when you have your guy retiring, you don't get rid of him. You let him ride out the rest of his career with your city because that's what he did for your city. That's like saying, if not exactly, because this is much on a grander scale, that's like if the Warriors just cut Steph Curry, or by the end of the career, the Celtics just cut Jason Tatum, or the Nuggets cut Jokic. Depending, even if those guys
Not
aren't
apples to apples, it's apples to oranges.
Yeah, but like you get what I'm trying to say. But like, let's just say even if Jason Tatum, by the time he's, let's say, 36 and still with the Celtics, let's say he's kind of coming to the end of his career and he's not performing like he used to back in the day. Even though he's not performing like prime Jason Tatum, you would never cut him. Think of Dirk. They let Dirk ride out his career in Dallas, no matter how bad their situation was.
Yeah, he could barely move.
That's the thing. He couldn't move. Look at Udonis Haslem on the Heat.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that to a loyal player like that. A loyal, respectful player to your team. You don't do that.
I don't disagree with you at all. It's not all apples to oranges because, Dirk was there his whole career. Udonis Haslem was there from almost all his career.
It's very different.
It's not apples to oranges, so I get the point you're trying to make, but you just don't. He's a legend in the game. He's a legend in the game for that 2010s era. He was one of the best point guards of the decade in that 2010s era, so you got to respect him in that aspect. So it is sad to see him go. I hope he gets picked up elsewhere. I think he will.
And I hope he gets picked up by either picked up by New Orleans or Houston. If we're going based off his history,
I hope he doesn't go to New Orleans because New Orleans sucks.
Well, New Orleans does suck, but if we're going based off his history, that was the team he was drafted by. But then you could look at the Rockets and be like, the Rockets is when he was with James Harden. That you could argue that was maybe the end of prime Chris Paul. So I hope it's, if we're going history wise and like the story of Chris Paul, I hope it's one of those two teams.
Yeah, so hopefully he gets picked up, gets a chance to compete for a championship. It's really the one thing he hasn't acquired in his NBA career, which would be cool to see. What I'm bringing to the table today is I want to talk about Lane Kiffin, the biggest story in college football right now. And I'm not a college football fan. I don't watch college football, but it's big enough of a story that it's transcended into my world. So if you're unfamiliar, Lane Kiffin was the head coach of Ole Miss.
Was.
They were, I believe, they're number 6 in sixth ranked team, college football playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs. They just had a bowl game last week. Can't tell the name of the bowl game was, but he's no longer the head coach of Ole Miss, whatever the hell they are, because he left middle of a playoff run to go to be the head coach of LSU. So LSU fired Brian Kelly multiple weeks ago. They have been pursuing Lane Kiffin this entire time, and Lane Kiffin, while in the middle of a playoff run, said, "Yep, I'm going to take that offer and I'm going to leave." And he was told he wanted to continue to coach his team at Ole Miss, and he was told no, which I completely agree with. This is just it's such a disgraceful thing in the realm of college football. This can happen. It's the way the rules are. It's the way the timeline is set up with high school recruiting athletes, colleges recruiting high school athletes, and with the way the college football playoffs work, the timeline of it all. It's just the way it works out where signing day opened today, I believe. Early signing day was today or yesterday. So LSU needs their head coach to sign these recruits. So I get why LSU is doing it. And I get why Lane Kiffin's doing it, because he wants to be able to recruit the best athletes, because there are a bunch of kids who probably decommit now, go back into the recruiting process, transfers, all that. But it's just an abandonment of the program, and more importantly, abandoning the kids in that college football team right there. If this was a player mid-season leaving for more NIL money, you would never hear the end of it. And yeah, LSU is a step up from Ole Miss, don't get me wrong. It's a step up in his career, which you have to take. But he could have done a handshake deal behind closed doors and said, "Yes, when the season is over, I will come coach for you." Everybody already knew he was going there. He didn't have to leave Ole Miss in the middle of a playoff run and abandon all of the kids in the team. And then at the last ditch effort to kind of strong arm Ole Miss in the program and letting him to continue to coach the team, he told all of his coaches that wanted to go with him to LSU that if they went on the plane on Sunday and at LSU in Louisiana on Monday, none of them had jobs. So I think it's just kind of a bum move on the way out. Whether he's going to uphold that or not, it's an embarrassment. It's a terrible look for college football. The NCAA needs to do something to fix this because they either need to move back the recruiting window or the early option day to when the playoffs end, so that way we don't have coaches leaving in the middle of playoff runs and leaving these kids on Ole Miss out to dry. It'd be awesome if Ole Miss rallies around each other and goes all the way. Again, I'm not going to name a single Ole Miss player, but he did him dirty, and I think the greatest the greatest line was from a reporter. I didn't get his name, but an Ole Miss reporter was reporting, talking to Lane Kiffin about this, and he said, "Can't turn a hoe into a housewife," and it's just the best way to sum this up. And that cracked me up, and Lane Kiffin was pissed about it, and he later came at the guy and then apologized. He's like, I don't know his name, then apologized and called him by name after and behind closed doors. But it's just really sad state for college football. And college football, which is a thing so many people love. Sarah's, our resident college football gal. It has so much it needs to fix. It's insane. Yeah. The NCAA is just such a pathetic organization. They have to fix so much when it comes to NAL, player transfer portal, and now they got to fix this whole head coaching thing. Because if this becomes a trend in college football, it's make it the playoffs and then go get a better job, it's embarrassing. It's disgraceful.
I have an easy fix for it. If your team is going to playoffs, you shouldn't be allowed to take a new job until playoffs is over.
Oh, you shouldn't be able to take a new job. If you want to negotiate in the middle of a playoff run, by all means. It happens all the time in the NFL. Matt Patricia had the Lions head coaching job before Super Bowl 52 was even played. Exactly. He had that job. You want to negotiate? Fine. The bigger thing needs to be they have to move back the recruiting, I don't want to say window, but the early decision day to the day after the college football playoffs when players can start committing. They have to move it back. That way you can get all the way to the college football playoffs. The head coaches can leave, and now you know where they are. Because that's why this happens, because LSU wants to recruit kids, and recruit kids, they need a head coach. Can't do them without a head coach. And you can't say, well, trust us, we pinky promise. Lane Kiffin's going to be here, we pinky promise. You need that in writing. You need it in a contract.
Go on.
I just think that was a dick move. And I'm sorry, but you left your team high and dry. And you should be punished for that.
Makes sense.
And if you want to do this, maybe he has to sit out a year and can't coach or something along those lines. But the NCAA won't do anything to him. But it's messed up.
I will never do anything to anyone.
No.
So
unless it's Reggie, what's his name? Reggie Jackson.
Or
Reggie Bush. They took his Heisman, but I think they give it back.
I don't really have a college team I root for. I have a college team I root for, but they're not a football school. They're a basketball school. So I'll wait until March Madness to talk about these guys. They're not a football school. So I don't really have a football school to really root for during the CFB play. What's up?
I do.
Yeah, I know you do. I don't really have a football school to root for, especially for the big playoffs, the natty playoffs.
Yeah.
But for this year alone, I'm not going to be rooting, hopping on the bandwagon or whatever. But for this year alone, I'm simply going to be rooting for Ole Miss. Just so I hope there's a kid in the locker room, because I'm assuming the whole locker room is pretty upset. I hope there's a kid in the locker room who is furious and completely fills this entire team up with rage to prove this guy wrong, and that they don't need him to win the playoffs. They're going to go win by themselves without him, and he can go kick rocks. So I'm going to be just watching CFB playoffs just to watch some good football. But in the back of my head, I'm going to be I hope Ole Miss wins so that they can stick it to this asshole for leaving them mid-season just so he can go to LSU. Nothing against LSU, but screw this guy for making that move. I hope there's a kid in the locker room that sparks that one little flame that can end up turning into a full-blown explosion within the locker room, and they take it all out on the field.
Yeah, they are easily the most readable team for now in college football, just because of what happened. And that's the tourist attraction. We do it usually when the NFL season is not in session, but because the Patriots have a bye week this week, we brought it back. We might bring it back next week because we won't have a game to react to, but we will preview the Bills game next week. But real quick before I get out of here, we do have to give our picks to try to get Sara her Louis bag come this holiday season. So, last week we went over 2 because we did 2 separate ones. We did a Thanksgiving one and a Sunday one, where we all picked 2 players and combined it into one big parlay. Didn't hit. We're going back to our everybody has their own individual parlay. So Sara, I put on the spreadsheet. I am taking Devon Achane, Jalen Warren, and Nico Collins to score a touchdown this week. Everybody is plus money. Devon Achane is minus 110. Sara, who would you like to take this week?
I'm gonna take. I want to kind of take Bucky Irving.
All right, Bucky Irving, running back, scored last week in his first game back from injury.
Yep. Let's do. See, I like to pick them like right away. Jonathan Taylor. Give me Parker Washington.
Parker Washington. Yes.
All right, Josh, who do you have?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love the Parker Washington. The Parker Washington pick. I would have picked Parker Washington myself. So I actually have to make a quick pivot actually.
Sorry. You can have Travis.
That's why I go first.
I was gonna spoiler alert, I had Parker Washington, but
sorry.
I can't
take it on the spreadsheet. It's there for a reason, so you don't come across this issue in the middle of recording.
Hey, shut up.
Oh, shush.
Yeah, Tom, shut up.
We're not paid.
Anyway, my other guys. Number 1.
Let me guess.
Who?
Lad McConkey.
No, even better.
Oh.
Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin, everyone. Wide receiver for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
These are Josh's money makers. We're not picking obvious picks.
I didn't pick obvious picks.
You took Jonathan Taylor.
You took Jonathan Taylor.
So fucking what?
I'm not taking Jonathan Taylor or CMC or any of these obvious picks like JSN. I'm not taking these guys. No.
JSN's a good value pick. It
is a good value pick. But give me Troy Franklin.
What else you got?
I want Khalil Shakir from the Buffalo Bills.
Nice.
And then my final pick, I haven't picked a running back yet. And this is going to be huge odds because they're going up. This team is going up against a stacked team right here. But I believe that they can at least score 1 touchdown, and it's going to come from this man. That is Bam Knight of the Arizona Cardinals.
I low-key don't hit that pick.
Bam Knight, Troy Franklin, and Khalil Shakir are all scoring tutties this week.
Good Lord.
All on this Sunday.
I mean, if Josh is hit, Sara might have the Louis bag off the rip. That is going to be a crazy
picks
lay.
Hit on the Thanksgiving parlay that we put together.
Yeah, but statistically, you were the worst one before that.
Statistically, I made us money. You 2 sold.
No, none of us made money because it was all big one group parlay.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Because
I'm the only one
on the table.
I'm the only one to have picks actually hit. You 2, on the other hand, are all over the place with no picks. So
we've had Josh. When we're doing the separate parlays, you have 2 picks hit the entire time.
And how much money have you made?
Well, sort of doing this, none of us have made any money. But before all this, in the first few weeks of the season, I was hot as
You're doing just as bad as me, and I'm doing just as good as you.
All right. Didn't get to the Celtics this week. We got slowed down in the middle with some Patrick Mahomes talk. We'll get to them next week. They had that big game against the Knicks. If they can keep it up, the conversation will be a lot hotter about, does Tatum return? Are they buyers at the deadline? Can they really compete with the Oklahoma City Thunder out west, who are 20-1 at this point, I believe, Josh? Josh is saying no. I'm saying no.
21-1.
21-1. Thank you, Josh. Nobody's beaten them, barring injuries, but it'll be fun to talk about if they can still come out of the East this upcoming season with their weaker Eastern Conference and looking like Giannis Antetokounmpo will be on the move. How will that affect everything? So we'll get some good basketball talk in next week in absence of the Patriots. That's going to do it for Duckboat Dispatch, episode number 29. Just right there to the big 30. Next week will be 30 weeks. It's kind of crazy how fast it's gone by. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe there. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Duckboat Dispatch. We have been so much more active on that as of late. The TikTok has been popping off, so make sure you go follow there. Leave a like, comment, favorite, share with your friends. Be a friend, tell a friend. Sharing is caring. It's that time of year. It's a joyous time of year. Be nice to people. And we'll be back next week in absence of the Patriots, but we will still be here because we're here every single week. So make sure you tune back in for that one. This is episode number 29. See you next week.